Roll call. Terry Sachs, here. Marla Exter.
Here.
Chuck Lydic. Here. Eric Brown. Paul Maxey. Here. Tom Manning. He is here. Carol Schuler.
Here.
Terry Fedorchak.
Here.
Announcements: Township meetings are recorded for the purpose of preparing the minutes, and recording is destroyed 6 months after the minutes are approved. It is requested that all persons wishing to speak before the board shall state their name, address, and the subject matter upon which they wish to speak for the record. In the interest of the facilitating the business of the board, all persons addressing the board shall be limited to 2 minutes unless such time is extended by the chairman for good cause. Individuals are requested to remain in their seats and to respect when other persons are speaking. The Board of Supervisors will provide a reasonable opportunity for citizens to comment on any non-agenda items after all agenda items have been addressed, but prior to the adjournment of the public meeting, adopted 1/30/18. Consider the appointment of Mark Hudson as a new township manager. He's here.
Before we go on further, Mr. Chairman, you should announce that there was an executive session held before the start of the meeting to discuss collective bargaining strategy.
Thank you. Mark Hudson is a former Quakertown, PA, where he lives with his wife and 2 sons. He graduated from Lock Haven University with a Bachelor of Science in Commercial Recreation. Mr. Hudson earned a Municipal Leadership Certificate from Penn State University in 2015. He is coming to Lower Frederick Township from Horsham Township, where he has been employed for 17 years. While at Horsham Township, Mr. Hudson rose quickly through the ranks. During this time in Horsham, he was the park superintendent, the director of parks and recreation, and for the past 7 years, the director of administration. While in Horsham Township, Mr. Hudson was honored several times by the community for the work that he did on special projects, like the Horsham Township Tricentennial celebration in 2017. Mr. Hudson is looking forward to taking over the township manager position for Lower Frederick Township and working with the community. Mr. Hudson, would you please? And now we'll have the resolution. I'd like to make the resolution for swearing in.
I think you want to first vote on one.
Oh, one to one.
Yeah, just do the left straight. For the appointment statute.
I'll make a resolution to appoint Mark Hudson as our new township manager.
Second. Any questions? I'll vote. Aye.
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 Congratulations.
Congratulations, Mark. We have now the swearing in the oath of an officer of police and fire police. Do we have you here now?
Where's Neil?
Neil?
And Reverend?
Yeah.
Here.
Adrian? Yes. Adrian Tyson, do you solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and alliance to the same? I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. And I do further swear that I do not advocate, nor am I a member of an affiliate of any organization, group, or combination of persons that advocates the overthrow of the government of the United States of this Commonwealth by force or violence, and that during such time as I am a member of the fire police, I will not advocate nor become a member nor an affiliate of any organization, group, or combination of persons that advocates the overthrow of the government of the United States or of this Commonwealth by force or violence. Okay. Don't you need your signature? Thank you very much. Administrative actions. Approval to pay June invoices and accept treasurer's monthly report. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
Any questions? A vote?
Aye.
Aye. Public comment on any agenda items. Do you have any public comment? Yes, would you stand up, your name, address?
Ruth Lyle, 204 Swamp Creek Road, Franksville. Just want to make sure that the agenda item that talks about the solicitor discussing the EAC ordinance does not include the vote. Is that true?
I think, are you asking?
Yeah, the agenda just says there's discussion on the ordinance. It doesn't
So
say.
it could, it could include the vote.
So
I understand that members of the EAC will be asking that the board table it this
Correct.
evening? Okay,
So that's my question.
so that's your request, sure.
Any other public comment? Okay. Discussion of the open space referendum.
So what we have before the board is a request via petition, a number of residents of the townships to put on the ballot in November a referendum to have an open space fund that would be used for, and Terry, correct me if I'm wrong, it would be used for the purchase, matching funds, and maintenance of open space for the township.
That's correct.
So do we have any questions on the open space?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
I had put out on the table a couple of informational handouts, and this information has also been posted on our website for the last week or so. When we're looking at the taxing options, of course, there's two ways to go: the earned income tax and our property tax. In the case of the earned income tax, we currently have a levy of 0.5%. That earned income tax does not hit pensions, as you know, does not hit Social Security, dividends, interest earned. It's just on your wages, your W-2 statements. I did some calculations as far as what the impact would be on a family. There's, my first assumption was a family of 80,000. They make 80,000 a year. Now, whether you're plus or minus that, you can revise the calculus. You can personalize the numbers. For a 0.15 wage tax increase, which is a number that was placed on the petition. That's why I grabbed that. The total dollar increase per family would be around $120. For a 0.10 wage tax increase, the impact per family would be $80, and for a 0.05% increase, the impact would be $40. Now, how that, my next comment will be how that translates to what that tax will generate to the township in income. The 0.15% increase will generate $240,000 to the township, the 0.10, $160,000, and the 0.05, $80,000. Now, when we go to the property tax, our average property tax assessment is roughly $129,000. So 1 mil will equal approximately $129 per property owner per year. Our current levy is 2.35 mils. So if we look at a 1 mil increase, that of course will cost the average property owner about $129, 0.75 mils, about $97 a year, and 0.5 mils, around $64 a year. Now, again, to translate that to what the township will end up receiving, 1 mil will receive $263,000 a year, a half a mil, about $132,000 a year, and 0.25 mils, about $66,000 a year. So part of one of the decisions to be made tonight by the board is do we go with an earned income tax, and if so, how much, or instead you go with the property tax, and if so, how much.
And just to reiterate, everyone, this is just to put it on as a referendum question. We're not saying that we're raising the tax. This means the residents of this township can come to the polling place in November and say, yes, I want to pay some of my taxes so we can purchase open space. Or no, I don't want to spend some of my taxes to purchase open space. So it is not the board in any way saying we approve or disapprove of this. It's just our responding to the petition to say we want to allow the residents of this township to make that decision.
Yes.
Ryan Hill, 11 Zieglerville Road. Now, looking at the numbers, I'm all about rural character, but if you're talking about a 0.05%, $80,000, I'd be curious what you're going to buy for $80,000. And then on that space that you were talking about, if in fact you go to the fund, what kind of dollars are you talking about maintaining the property of that nature? I know there's a number of private properties that are for sale, of which none of them match any of these numbers. So it takes many years to even purchase a property of that nature. If so, depending on what's the least amount of open space you can buy, what would be a price to maintain that property on an annual basis, which truly is included in these dollar figures.
If I can, Brian, with respect to the 80,000 number, that's when you look at it in terms of just 80,000 a year, it'll take forever to get you any kind of real money. So you're quite right. However, my recommendation would be I wouldn't approach it that way. 80,000 a year will get you somewhere in the neighborhood of 1.1, maybe 1.2 million up front, depending on the interest rate. So you could finance roughly 1.2 million right up front and pay it off 80,000 a year for the next 25 years. So if you would go in that direction, the board would, my recommendation would be to do it that way.
Yes, Phil?
I'd like to just respond to what Brian's talking about. I've been involved in open space preservation since about 92, so quite a few years. And many of those projects we worked on are municipally based, so this kind of infusion of money and availability of money would enable a township to leverage many different grants, which are then put together as a package to preserve open space. So you're quite right, to purchase a piece of open space for $80,000, you're very limited in what you can purchase. But when you dovetail that against state, federal, and even private grants, you have a lot of bang for your buck. So it's a very important and instrumental component for a township to be able to leverage those kind of funds. So it's not minuscule and insignificant. It would give us a whole lot of leverage in preserving our rural character and the areas that we consider valuable in our township.
I'm sorry, Phil, as our note taker's not here, can you please state your name and address?
Philip Smith, 205 Gerloff Road, Schweinfurt, Pennsylvania.
Pam?
Hi, Pam Hartman, 41 Spring Mountain Road. So that's a whole new level of information that you mentioned, Terry, about borrowing money. And that adds to my concern immediately about this because it's coming, it seems like the most popular position would be to be from the working class in Lower Frederick rather than taxing through the property tax, which would hurt seniors and retirees. So you'll have a situation where the working people are going to be burdened. And I just heard on the news last night that 75% of people in America live paycheck to paycheck. That could apply to Lower Frederick working people as well. And I just feel like it's not an unpleasant thing to want to have open space and more open space. I get that. But is it really a need? And you're putting a tax out there for a want, not necessarily a need. So that would be my concern for the supervisors to take that under their consideration, please.
Well said.
So I just want to repeat one more time, what we're voting on is to put this as a referendum item. We're not voting to impose a tax.
Take it into consideration to not put it on the referendum.
But how many people signed this petition?
I think about 300.
300 residents of this township say they want on the ballot. So we had people who wanted speed humps, we had people who wanted traffic lights. It's our job to respond to the community. We're not supporting this referendum, we're just saying residents of the township have asked for it to be put on the ballot, and it sounds like you want to vote no, and you absolutely should.
Yes.
Or Swanson, South Station Road. What is the percentage of the people that live in this township that signed that petition?
Well,
There were 2,800 people, roughly.
300 people out of
So there were 300, 4,800%.
Yes, that's not a very high percentage.
Larry?
Okay, Larry Cohen, Mine Hill Road. I wish to point out that the people who voted in November, which is a lot smaller number than 2,800, the people who voted in November were the people who signed the petitions. So if you take the number of people who showed up at the polls on November 6th last year, that'll be the number of people who would have had the opportunity to sign the petition. So I don't know if that was 50% or 10%. We'd have to look at the numbers. But the people who signed the petition, it's well over a threshold, de minimis threshold, of having it placed on a referendum. Yeah.
Yes. Doris?
Doris Swanson again. Did these people that signed that proposal, did they have all the information? Because there was a lot of information that was given out last November that was not very good, which I complained about at the meeting, because I come to all the meetings and we leave here not knowing everything that's going on. And apparently this was one of the things that was also going on at the same time.
Pardon me, Mr. Cohen, but I would like to challenge that petition because people are on the fly, working people, for instance, going in and voting in the morning after work, and I guess some people vote during the day. And when you put a clipboard in front of themselves and say, hey, are you for an open space fund? Well, who wouldn't sign that? But It turns out it's a tax, and I just don't think that everybody got that message.
Okay.
Larry?
I am going to read the petition that people signed, okay? Anybody who signed this petition, at the top of the sheet, had the terms of the petition. I'm going to read it, okay? Petition of support for an open space fund in Lower Frederick Township, Montgomery County, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, in big font. Attached petition sheets represent affirmations of Lower Frederick Township residents in support for a referendum to consider a special purpose real estate millage or an earned income fund not to exceed 0.015% levied in addition to the general purpose limit authorized under the Local Tax Enabling Act. Revenues from the fund must be used solely to pay debt incurred for open space or purchase of development rights or for the new purchases in Lower Frederick Township. It is requested that a referendum in consideration of this fund be placed on the ballot of the next municipal election, which is the one coming up in November. Circulators of the signed petitions are registered voters of Lower Frederick Township. That was on what people signed, and to infer that people signed a petition without reading it is awfully presumptuous. I would also add this, that I understand that the monies that could be collected could also be used for maintenance of those properties. So it's not just procurement based on Pennsylvania law, it could also be for maintenance of the properties.
Yes.
Donlin Irick, Spring Mountain Road. I disagree because I was at the polls for 4 hours, and that is not the way that it was marketed. It was marketed, people were, and including myself and my whole family, were asked to sign an open space fund. And that's what it says on the very top.
Yep.
And I can tell you, I was there for 4 hours. No, the people who I saw sign it, went in, voted, came out, signed it, and left. They did not read it. They did, and let's face it, it's marketing 101. No one reads past the very first, what this, beginning 2 sentences. That's a marketing ploy that has been used time and time again. I witnessed it myself, and I was approached that said, and verbally, they said to me, would you like to sign a petition for open space fund, not a tax?
Okay, do you want me to read the names of the people who signed it? And you can question.
No, I'm just saying that I feel that petition, I hate to use this word and I don't wish to offend you, but I do not feel that it was marketed in an ethical way. And I would ask the Board of Supervisors, especially on the week before 4th of July, to delay this vote until people are home from vacation, the public can be educated that it is a tax, not a fund, and we can get a little bit more response from the public who will be paying this tax.
Yes, please.
I just want to say real quickly, why wasn't the word open space tax
At the
on the
top.
heading?
In
The
the
big
heading.
bold heading. I mean, then you know your people are on the fly.
Guys, this is the language used in most every open space referendum that we've had in